I'm going to add some reverb to my kick drum. Go into my reverb here and dial that back a little bit and EQ the reverb. So I'm just going to bring the pre today and dial that down a little bit there. A little bit less at the high end, and then I'm going to EQ this reverb with a EQ8, and there's not really many subs in there anyway, so but I'm just going to take any kind of low frequencies that I don't need out there. I just want the reverb of the attack personally. I'm just going to grab this. That's nice. I'll turn that up a little bit maybe. That's quite a nice fat techno kick drum. I'm happy with that already. I could use that in the track. I can hear it coming through. If I wanted to, I could go a little bit, add a little bit, another layer of distortion. Now, there's a few ways of doing that in Ableton. You've got your distortion, I think it's called in Ableton. Let's check if it's called distortion. But the one that I like is amp. Is it called distortion? No, it's not. You've got overdrive, I think it is. Let me double check. Overdrive, yeah. So you can overdrive it in Ableton. So let's add that. Turn the drive down a bit. So you can see that's taken some of the heft out of it. It's added some nice attack. So maybe you could put that in before the EQ. And then mix dry and wet. Again, it's added a little bit of extra attack to it. A bit more of a transient. It's kind of nice. Right, I'm going to dial that reverb back now. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So that's one way of doing a kick drum. Another thing that you can do is quite often, if I wanted to, let's show another example of layering up this kick drum. So let's take this one here, get rid of this one here, and solo this. We want to get rid of the glue compressor for now as well. Okay, so another thing that you can do actually is, let me just duplicate this channel, is you can simply play the same kick drum an octave lower, and sometimes it doesn't have that much low frequency going on, so let's just solo these two together. At the moment it doesn't have a great deal, but once again I would use an auto filter to just take out the highs of that kick drum. So we just got it an octave lower, and we know that then it's perfectly tuned to the other kick drum. And we're just gonna take all the highs out, and then we've just got a, can you hear that? Just subby. It's a bit flappy, so I would probably once again EQ that. Let's put warp on that sample actually. So if we put warp on the sample, it means it's gonna kind of try and maintain the same length of the sample. So let me press. That's better. See? So we've just got the subs of that. So we've got an octave lower of that kick drum. Once again, we could apply the same processing. And first at EQ, because what we're going to do a lot of, if we're putting something an octave lower, we're going to create a lot more kind of sub frequencies that far too many sub frequencies. So we need to EQ them out basically, as you'll see now when I play this. There's loads of frequencies all the way down there that we don't need. So I'm just gonna do that again, and by doing that, and once again, I'm gonna put the EQ on the wrong one. doing that, we've automatically added a nice element of sub bass to our kick drum, and then we could go through the same process. Just copy this saturator from another channel. I don't want to go through, be too repetitive. And then there we go, instant sub bass for a kick drum. So that's just taking the kick drum you've got, playing it an octave lower, filtering out all the kind of high end kind of mushiness you don't want, applying a filter to it, an EQ to it, to take out the real subby bass, because you can create a lot more of that, and then going through a little bit more processing to make it a bit richer harmonically. So let's look at claps. As we're kind of sounding quite techno, let's go for some techno clap patterns. Once again, I'm going to use the 909 core kit. Really perfect. I mean, it's slightly different from a real 909 drum machine because it's using samples, but that can be to your advantage in a lot of ways as well. Also, I like the 808 clap, so maybe let's use the 808 clap this time. I think it's got a slightly better or a grittier, louder kind of sounding clap than the 909. So I'm going to put in a kind of techno clap pattern. Like, I'm not going to do a standard. I could just go, at this point I could go, I'm soloing everything. Gives you the classic pattern, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give more of a kind of gritty, lots of claps, techno pattern here. And once again, we can mess around with this clap sound. I quite like pitching claps. Pitching claps is something that's a lot of fun, and we can get a lot of grit coming out of a clap by pitching it. Especially when it's a sample, actually. So let's go to controls. I'm just going to transpose it. And once again, I'm going to EQ this. We can do a lot with claps with EQ, actually. We can actually, I think EQ on claps is, you can be pretty creative. You can quite change the sound of a clap a lot with EQ. I mean, you can with everything, but you probably don't want to do it so much with a hi-hat. But with a clap, you can kind of change the timbre of a clap quite a lot with EQ and make it sound quite different. So first, I'm just going to take those frequencies I don't need out of it. Redlining again. Let's just get. So I've taken the frequencies I don't want out of it, and now I can just use one of these to just go to 2 actually, and let's go to a bell curve, and let's go to quite a high Q again, so we can just pick out those frequencies that we like. And you could even automate that. Okay, let's do that. It sounds fun, so let's do that. Or you could just tune it to how you want. And get the sound you like and tune it to that, but I'm actually going to automate that. Why not? So I'm going to unlink this now. And let me make sure I've got the right thing to automate. I'm going to unlink this, and let's get a kind of LFOE. We want frequency 2 frequency, I think, and then I'm going to unlink this. Let's make this 8 bars long. So I'm separating the length of the automation from the length of the clip, so I can do automation over a longer period. And let's do like a LF sawtooth, or kind of not sawtooth, triangle wave. LFOE kind of thing on it, and have a listen to this. like that.
Hi, this is Roger Sanchez.
Hi, this is Lenny Fontana.
Hey guys, this is Jackie.
Hi guys, Amber D here.
Hi, I'm Paul Maddox.
This is Saytek.
Hi, this is Kyle V, and you're watching
Mixmasters TV,
where you can access world-class producers in your studio
Every single day.
Mixmasters.